Welcome, Metal Gear Sasans. I am Magnus Beasticus, and this is my rant view on Metal Gear Solid 5. A word of warning: if you're not prepared to hear constructive and hopefully comical criticism on this game, then your time is much better spent elsewhere. To those of you continuing on this dangerous path, you may not like what I have to say. Feel free to release your rage in the comments below. I can take it. Bring it on. Now, let the list of inexcusables begin. Nurse nipples. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. Nurse nipples. I can see them. They're right there. Am I crazy? Does anybody else see those right there? Why would they put those in the game? It's wackadoo! For the first mission after you get out of the coma after the hospital level, why does Ocelot not come with you? Big boss, you may be missing an arm and have been in a coma, so your body's probably not working very well right now, and it's been 9 years since you've been on a mission. It's also been 9 years since you've really done anything. And this mission is to rescue Kazuhira Miller, the second in command, so it's pretty important, but you need to do it alone. I know I rode here the entire way with you on a horse, and I probably at this point know a lot more than you about the area. But remember, alone.
Now go! Let the legend come back to life.
Before and after every single mission, created and directed by Hideo Kojima. He just wants you to know how important he is before and after every single mission. There is a mini horse cutscene nearly every single time I get on the horse. Did they expect us to be amped up every single time we got on that baby? Ah, heck yes! Horse time! I don't care that the camera angle is super inconvenient and control is even taken away from me for a little while. There's only a tank behind me. How do they not see the leg on the horse? I'll admit, that's a really cool thing that you can do in the game. You know, get down on the horse so the enemy doesn't see you. But just imagine being in the guard's position really quickly. So for hours at a time, even days at a time, you could be doing nothing. Nothing to the point where seeing a horse right across your field of view would be like the most interesting thing on the planet to you. Interesting enough, I would say, that you would notice that there's a saddle and most likely even the leg hanging over the side. And it just so happens to be the only horse in the area. I checked. No other horses. Wouldn't they get suspicious after a while?
Oh, hey, our worst enemy rides a horse. Yes, okay, so there are no other horses in the area? Oh, okay, so next time you see a horse, you should probably go on alert, yes? You should notify other people? Okay, just so we're clear.
How do they not target me right away when my horse is armored? It's got freaking armor on it. Not to mention, it has our logo right on the side. The same logo that's on pretty much every single piece of our equipment. Why is the logo on everything? Enemies still don't notice their comrades missing. Or tanks. Or me, right there. There's no point that I can see for capturing animals. Well, you do get money and emblems and heroism points, but I don't know why. How would having lots of animals get you money? And how would owning a zoo help out a private military? Morale boost? Hey, Sparkling Sparrow, you're looking kinda down. Wanna go to the zoo platform to cheer you up? Do I ever? Your comrades on Mother Base, thank you for saving these animals. But you definitely just take them from their homes. You trank them, and then you steal them from their homes. Is Pequod immortal?
Support helicopter.
Prioritizing elimination of enemy threats.
Support helicopter.
Not maintain altitude. Control not down the chopper.
Support helicopter
This is
is
P1.
on
Not maintain altitude.
Support
This is P1.
helicopter
I have arrived at...
Taking enemies with the Fulton extraction device. It didn't make sense in Peace Walker, and it makes even less sense here. It's a great way of getting resources to your base, but it contradicts the serious nature of this game. And it's a primary reason for a huge flaw of this game. Nearly 100% of my loyal comrades are made up of my enemies, who also spoke another language before I captured them. But somehow, now that they're on Mother Base, they speak perfectly fluent English, no accent whatsoever, and they are now loyal zealots who would die for me at a moment's notice. Watch out for incoming spoiler alert. Spoiler alert is on its way, which is one of the main reasons why Skullface wants revenge. Because his mother tongue was taken from him. Why can't I Fulton myself back to Mother Base? You need me back at Mother Base immediately? I'm on my way. Exfiltrate the hot zone. My pleasure. Bases reset after a while, making me feel like I don't really make a difference in the world. Sure, I may be upgrading my base and equipment all of the time, but what is the point if I cannot influence the world with those upgrades? Diamond dogs exist to make a difference, but I don't see any difference being made. Security can be pretty tight on a story mission, but if you do a side op in the same place afterwards, security is way more lax for some reason. Why would they lessen security if I just made them all look like incompetent, stupid-headed dummy bottoms? Okay guys, we gotta change things up. What's the last thing he would expect? I know we're all thinking it, so on the count of 3 we say it at the same time, okay? Alright, 1,
Less security.
2, 3.
Less security.
Why only Afghanistan and Central Africa? Why do the enemies have all of their most important resources, hideouts, and bases in the same places, and keep them there even after I've proven that I frequent the places and steal all of their soldiers and stuff? Why don't they bolt the shipping containers into the ground? I mean, watching them fly off into the sky has to get tiring after a time. The enemies of Metal Gear Solid 5 are supposed to adapt to your playstyle, making it harder the more that you play. How? How the hell do they even slightly learn my tactics? I Fulton everyone. Mine now, you belong to me. No witnesses. After that happens a couple times to the same place, I would be like, F it, leave it, don't go near that place anymore. Oh wait, they also add blow-up dolls to their bases. A common diversionary tactic in the 80s. Those Russians and their blow-up dolls. These never tricked me, ever. If they tricked you, you should be ashamed. Shame on you.
Press the stance button to stand up.
Breaking the fourth wall. Metal Gears have always done this, and I have never liked it. I have always found the Metal Gear series to be highly contradicting, trying too hard to deliver a serious story with serious world problems and philosophical complexities. Only the profound weight of any of these messages is broken with its quirky and wacky antics. Yes, please keep breaking the fourth wall and then try to engage me in serious matters. It's working! Thankfully, this game doesn't actually do that too often. I was really just taking that opportunity to get a complaint out about the previous games. During Mission 12, when Sahelanthropus jumps at you in the end, you don't have to shoot it. It'll blow itself up. Sahelanthropus is a stupid name, in my opinion, of course. I mean, it actually is something that exists, but I still think it's a stupid name to give to a Metal Gear. Why do they guilt trip me to go back to Mother Base when there is nearly nothing to do? Boss, the soldiers' morale will go down if you're away from Mother Base for too long. Oh, so you want me to run around the entire base and make every member salute me? Or perhaps you want me to train with them, which really just amounts to me beating the shit out of them.
Thanks for that, boss.
Diamonds on base. We built this base. We didn't find it. It's not ruins. How did they get here? How did they get there? When did this happen? No shower on the quarantine platform. I literally flew in from Africa, covered in blood and gore, and I was just running around rolling on the ground everywhere. Hoo-wee! Their precautions are airtight. It's faster to fly away from base, then go to another platform, than it is to just fly from platform to platform. And forget about, don't even have the thought in your mind to drive from platform to platform. Mother Base's layout doesn't make sense. Who thought that air ducts were the best form of transportation? Stairs are a thing of the past. They take up too much space, see? Now we can transport air and people at the same time. How do Ocelot and Miller always know what you're looking at? This is a serious question. I don't know the answer. I'm hoping that there is one. If you know the answer, please tell me. It's kind of weird. Boss! Balls! 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 Okay, I'm done. Let me just beat this dead horse a little more. It's dead. What does it care? Kojima says that Quiet is the antithesis of a fighting game female character. Meaning that she is the opposite of all of this isn't his words, the opposite of all of those fighting game sluts who are scantily clad for no reason. However, I would argue that they have way more of a reason than Quiet's paper-thin one, which is so she can breathe, which he very easily could have written that to not be the case. Fighting game chicks, they need to move. They're flexible. They got lots of moves that they need to pull off without, articles of clothing being in their way. Hell, if she needs to be nearly naked in order to breathe, then that old dude over there, well, he has what she has. So why can't I see a little bikini action with him? Is this so she can breathe as well, Kojima? Yeah? Is this so she can breathe as well? Does this help her out? Those rocks that the skulls throw at you look an awful lot like the shit coming out of your face. They grow, it grows. Is there seriously no connection? If I were Snake, I would be looking at that shit like all day, just playing with it and touching it, and just like, just saying.
Dead. So why are they giving these PS free reign?
That's an enemy gunship. A single burst from its machine gun can cut a man in half. Tread carefully, boss.
Everything interrupts cassette tapes. The primary way to convey the story. Unless somebody knows of a way to pause them outside of the iDroid. Having to pay for FOBs, to forward operating bases. I mean, I'll admit it doesn't really affect me that much because I don't do microtransactions, and that one there's really no reason to do that microtransaction. I was still working on my single base towards the end of the game. I mean, I guess if you were crazy about this game, and you filled out like so many different bases, you would probably pay for something like that. You'd probably be okay with paying for something like that. But at that point, you'd probably have enough, whatever that point system is called that you get as like a daily bonus or whatever, to just buy another one. Actually, never mind, because that is such a negligible amount that they give you every day that I don't even know why it exists. It just is like, it's like teasing you. For like, look, this is never going to amount to anything. You might as well just buy these points, you stupid. You can't turn off a vehicle's headlights. What kind of stealth game?
Boss, you can turn the lights off with the D-pad.
The D-pad, you say? Never mind. Why are cardboard box variations so expensive and take so many resources? Don't get me wrong, I think it's hilarious. But when I have to choose between a green cardboard box or this super sweet silenced stun shotgun, I really want to go with the shotgun and not have to be like, oh great, well now this f***ing cardboard box isn't an option anymore.
Ocelot. I hear they started calling you Shalashashka in Afghanistan. What's that about?
You know the term Sharashka? It's slang for a suspicious, hastily thrown together organization.
Shashka. It's a sword. A type of saber from the Caucasus. Somewhere along the line, Shashka got stuck on the end of Sharashka.
Kojima loves his mixed up, jumbled words. Revengeance. Ground Zeroes. Shalashaska. I think that's how you say it. I don't really know. Lost World. War World. War World. It's not world, it's war. Like war. Old. World has changed. That was an old game that he worked on.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
This rant is continued in the spoiler section, so if you've beaten the game, continue on. If you have not, I would mosey on down to the verdict. Kill the English language. Dumb plot. So I steal or kill countless members of the enemy forces, steal all of their resources, and ruin all of their plots and plans. It sounds like pots of plants. Plots of land. All of their plots and plans. And they just slightly reinforce the numbers that are on the camp or base, on the map. But Quiet kills a handful of their enemies, and they send a tank battalion after her. This game is sexist. Skullface gets horribly burned, and the parasites just keep him alive. Quiet gets horribly burned, and the parasites make her hot. This game is sexist. Quiet snipes a guy out of a jet, but when I try and snipe a guy out of a helicopter, he's got bulletproof glass. Sexist!
I have no intention of hiding behind your technological veil, Major. I wear my broken visage, this skull, in the open, so that I may never forget what I've lost.
He wears a mask all of the time. They never cleaned those kids up. Ever. They were being held prisoner in a mine. There's a shower located on every single platform of except for the quarantine platform of Mother Base, and they can't give them one single frickin' shower? No Skullface boss fight. I mean, I didn't really want a Skullface boss fight. I didn't really want Skullface in the game, but as the main nemesis, still, I think that there should have been a better boss fight than, metal falling on him. You know, that I didn't cause it all. Haha, gotcha. No Man on Fire boss fight. I mean, if you count holding him at bay a couple times, a boss fight, then yeah, I suppose that's like a super boss fight. But nope. No actual boss fight. No real boss fights throughout the game. I mean, Metal Gear games are known for their awesome boss fights. You would think that with this huge, new, awesome, open-world dynamic fighting system, they would have come up with some crazy boss fights. Oh, I guess the fight with Sahelanthropus is a boss fight, I guess? I mean, it really just amounts to Snake shooting it over and over again with a tank or a rocket until it dead. Which didn't work for anyone else but Snake. You're special, Snake! Skullface is a paper-thin character with less than convincing motives, so I don't care about his death. At all. Venom, Snake, and Miller deserve a better nemesis. And what was up with that scene where Skullface and Snake are riding in the back of the Jeep and he's just explaining his whole evil plot, and Snake just is quiet the entire time, before, during, and after the explanation, and then that song plays. They're like, deep moment, oh my god, revealed plot, oh whoa, take it in, song, just, oh my gosh. I don't get it. The last mission is the first mission. Wow! That's creative and satisfying! Both Chapter 1 and Chapter 2's endings were not satisfying. Or my thoughts after Chapter 1's ending. Don't care about Skullface, what's next? My thoughts during Chapter 2's ending. Wow, I can't believe that there's so much more to this game's story that I haven't played yet. Wait. What do you mean that's it? No, next story mission, come on, I know it's there. What? It's not. It's not there. essential bonus content on the PS4 Collector's Edition. This bonus content shows that there was a final mission with Eli and the Sahelanthropus. I mean, it shows that it was in the original game, but probably due to Hideo Kojima and Konami, blah, 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 you know, falling out, probably didn't make it. Hideo probably wanted to flesh it out more and add a whole lot more to the game, and Kojima's like, no, we gotta get this out now. So, good on Kojima for that, but, you know, you, Konami. Anyway, this last mission would have given at least a little bit more closure to the end of the game, but it's not there. And it's only on the PS4. What was the point of the mission where you kill a lot of your guys? Don't get me wrong, that was an amazing mission. But it just felt forced to create deepness. Emmerich, the one responsible for the outbreak, is a mechanical engineer. So how did he end up creating another incurable strain of the parasite? A biochemical weapon. Do they think that smart people are just smart all around? They know everything! Ocelot told me to kill anyone who shows signs of infection during that mission. So the first person I saw who had obvious signs of infection, I put them out of their misery. But mission was failed. Hey, I didn't want to do it, I was putting them out of their misery, okay? Why didn't they have water jets just pointed at the man on fire in the quarantine zone? Or better yet, why don't they submerge him underwater? Not taking any chances. So Big Boss switches places, if you didn't know this, you beat the game, it's a huge spoiler, switches places with another very highly skilled soldier that was with him a lot. And there's a picture of them standing next to each other, and apparently a lot of people knew about this medic guy. So he switches places with that guy. Oh, and also this medic guy happened to be, quote, Big Boss saying this, their best. So yeah, that's keeping a low profile. And Big Boss switched places with this guy to go make his own military nation. Well, why didn't they just say that Big Boss was dead? I mean, apparently nobody knew where he was for 9 years. At the beginning of that 9 years, they could have been like, oh, he died, end of that, no use looking for him, and then he could have gone and done whatever the hell he wanted when he woke up. There would have been no need to switch places. I mean, nobody gives a shit about Diamond Dogs anyways. It's not referenced in any of the other games at all. There's an alternate ending where the Diamond Dogs dismantle all nuclear devices on the planet. You know, world peace, no more nuclear threat, no more war with nuclear bombs. No big deal. You know, we'll just be over here saving the world and everything. Don't even worry about us. So how does that work? Venom Snake is not a bad guy. I mean, he may have his own demons that he's working with, but for the most part, he always does the right thing. So how does he become the villain of the first game, Metal Gear? I thought that this game, Metal Gear Solid 5, existed to show how that happens. Oh yeah, and if you didn't know, Venom Snake, not Big Boss, is the boss of the first Metal Gear game. Ocelot pretty much foretelling the events of the timeline.
His sons are fated to face each other someday too.
His 3 clones will be named Solidus Snake, Solid Snake, and Liquid Snake. Solid Snake is going to be pretty much the main character of most of the next games. Going to murder Big Boss, and he's also going to kill Liquid Snake. And after that, blah, 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 whole story of Metal Gear Solid. Don't ask me how I know this.
At the end of the first Metal Gear, Big Boss calls Snake and tells him that he's still alive. Oh yeah, okay, so again, what was the point of your whole body switch tactic? If you're just going to, hey, that guy that I body switched, yeah, he wasn't me. By the way, I body switched a guy. Yeah, I'm not dead yet, I'm still alive, so come looking for me. Which would make things way more inconvenient. Why would you reveal that piece of information, Big Boss? What was the point of you doing the body switch, Big Boss? And finally, that's it? They had better be making another one. The final verdict. I love this game! Ha! How's that for a secret twist? In the end, all of these problems are tiny in comparison to the game as a whole. Mother Base is a giant welcomed aspect of the game. The gameplay is so dynamic. The movement is so fluid. Too fluid, actually, it spoiled me. After I beat Metal Gear Solid 5, I tried playing Mad Max and I was literally like, bleh!
Like the first 3 seconds in, I was like, ugh, this is weird. Bleh. I'm not even kidding, it's bad. I didn't know what I had until it was gone. The characters, not the story, but the characters are so deep. Excluding Skullface, of course. Don't even think about that guy. The voice acting is flawless. Kiefer Sutherland as Venom Snake brings Snake as a character to life. He makes him more believable. Honestly, David Hayter's performance limits the emotional range of Snake as a character. And honestly, Snake was kind of a dummy pants in the previous Metal Gears. Even Big Boss in Metal Gear Solid 3. He didn't have a lot of character. He just asked a whole bunch of questions. What is Metal Gear? What is an ocelot? What is a box that I hide in? What is life? That's all he did, was ask questions and then did the objective. There was really no bringing out emotion with his character, especially with that voice. I'm sad now. Meaningful moment. I'm angry now. How did you do that? Kiefer Sutherland is definitely a new welcomed aspect of Snake. The music is so moving. That song, it can make any moment have weight to it. The music and sound direction is incredible, and the directing in general is phenomenal. Kojima may be a god-awful writer, but I'll be damned if he doesn't make his terrible dialogue appear in some magnificent scenes. The overall story may be unfulfilling and kind of suck, but try doing what I did and take the lack of a concrete ending as a continuation of Venom Snake's story. A point where anything can happen, so long as it falls in line with the timeline. Not everything has a solid ending. Except for Big Boss. Get it? Because Solid Snake is the one who killed Big Boss. No, whatever, never mind. I don't need your approval of anything. I highly recommend that everyone on the planet play this game. It has been a long time since any game has influenced me this much. One of those games that you just don't want to end. Every so often you'll run into something that reminds you of what's truly important to you. Something that hits you with the feels. Feels that make you think. The best kind of feels. It provides you with that piece of you that you were searching for. It may reunite you with a piece of yourself you thought you lost. Or reinforce a piece of you that already existed. In my case, I understand what I have to do. Thank you for watching this Metal Gear gashing, this Phantom painting, this Konami contusing. What did you think of Metal Gear Solid 5? Try to leave spoilers out. If you absolutely must write spoilers in the comments, make sure that you bold it and capitalize that shit. Or private message me your thoughts if they contain too heavy spoilers. And subscribe to be updated on all of my rant views and fitness routines for video games. That's right, I have a fitness program for gamers. What I call the Video Game Fitness Program. Check it out if you want to game to gain. Never pull a weapon on your comrades. And never stop playing video games.